Hey, what is up, guys? It's Sapnap here with another episode, and Karl, by the way, with another episode of Banter. And today, we have a very, very special guest. But the problem with this guest is this guest won't go away. This guest is staying forever.
It's official, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Banter Podcast. It used to be a weekly guest-driven podcast, but now it is Karl, Sapnap, and a third. Forever and ever. Until we all die.
Woo! It's me! I'm here!
There's our boy. There's our boy.
It's me. I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karl Jacobs, Nicholas Sapnap, and GeorgeNotFound. The three members of Banter officially.
The Banter Boys.
Okay, since we're all on camera, we can all do something.
Okay, you know what? I have something ready for that.
It's
I have something ready.
Found hoodie. He's in. He's locked in. Santa, where is your homage to George Not Found?
So for the people that aren't watching the video and that are listening to this on Spotify, Karl just put on a George Not Found hoodie, and I'm wearing a Balenciaga hoodie that me and George actually bought together when I was in London. So this is very George Not Found-esque. So
people might be wondering, I feel like we should give some explanation. If you've been here before, you know that the Banter podcast is usually me and Sapnap and then a guest each week. And since the inception of Banter, we've been trying to figure out a way to get weekly guests. And you're like, dang, that sounds easy. You have a ton of friends, right? Once we get through 20 of our friends, like, how many more friends do we have that are clouded gods enough to where we have clickable videos? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just didn't fit us, I don't think, enough. I think we are better as a podcast as just having the boys, the Banter Boys, just at it. I think we already wanted to do it with George from the beginning, and George, for some reason, just wasn't sure about it, so we just did it without him.
That's true.
It literally, though, that's actually like a true thing. And the way I look at it now is I'm thinking, okay, we could still have guests, but only whenever, like, it's cool and something we want to do. You know what I mean? And I think we can have, like, a rotating fourth chair occasionally. Like, I don't think it needs to be, like, a guest thing each time. Like, maybe if we want to have a friend on, like, time to time, maybe even puns. Like, but don't worry.
But puns, to be clear.
Yeah, just not puns, I guess. But so anyway, the idea is it's officially going to be me, Sapnap, and George on every single episode. And maybe occasionally having guests, but it's going to be us three weekly, killing it. Another change that you're going to be able to see if you're not listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Watching this on YouTube, you'll see this change right away.
We're officially video format. We're doing face cams because all of us live, some of us in different continents, all of us in different regions of the world, really.
We're just also far apart that we can't do it together. We can't have one of those. Would we even want one of those fancy studios?
I kind of do want that.
Eventually, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Which is why this is where we finally do a call to action. Every single person listening has to donate so we can build a studio. Where to donate? Just donate it to my Twitch channel, and I'll divvy it up.
That's actually, I thought the way that they could donate is they either like, what do you do on Spotify? You follow it?
I think you can heart it, and you can also share it.
The best thing you could do for us on Spotify. How do you not? Listen, George is off the hook allowed to not know this. Sapnap, the fact that you don't know this is actually troubling. The best way to support us on Spotify is to follow us right now. Go ahead. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're not even, go to Spotify and follow us. And the best way to support us on Apple Podcasts is to give us 5 stars there. The quickest, easiest way. Dude, I'm telling you, I think adding the video format, adding George as the forever third, doing all this and that, I'm just going to say it. I want to take down Joe Rogan again. I do. That's it. We're going to get back to consistency.
We're going to get on the grind, and we're going to be first.
We're going to be number 1, and I don't care. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you get us to number 1, I will spend money to make billboards in Austin, Texas, where he resides, calling Banter the number 1 podcast. So it's just going to have a picture of me, George, and Sapnap all like this. Like... And it's going to say number 1 podcast and then something like a diss to Joe Rogan. Not that I literally don't even like, I've never listened to Joe Rogan. I don't have anything against him. I don't know anything about him really, but I just think it'd be funny. And you know, that's the plan. there.
Well, that sounds like quite a plan.
So do you have any George Not Found questions for the non-George Not Found knowers?
Yeah, George,
Intro
actually,
me,
just go ahead and
intro me.
explain who you are. Explain who you are. No, go ahead. Who
you
can
want me
intro you
to
better than
explain it?
you?
I work better if you ask me a question.
So, George, how long have you been doing this YouTube gig for?
Oh, thank you, Sapnap. That is such a great question. You know, I've been in the YouTube game since 2012. No, probably like 2008. Okay, I've
Really?
been making.
I didn't
yes,
know that.
And funny enough, I was at my mum's house the other day looking through my stuff, and I found my old camcorder. It's like this like little blue kind of. You flip out the thing and it's a camera, and I actually kind of want to make a video with it because I opened it up. I found the charger. I rummaged through. I have a box of wires. I rummaged through all the wires. I found the charger to it, plugged it in, and I turned it on. And this camera is literally probably from like it's probably like at least 15 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
And the camera looks good. Like I'm looking through the lens, like through the whatever you call it, the viewfinder, and it actually looks good. I kind of want to make a video with it. Wait, how did I get to this part?
I recently just bought like a Handycam myself from like 2002, and it's like this weird like flip up one. I think Sapnap, did you see it whenever you were in town? I feel like I showed you it.
I feel like I remember it a little bit.
It is a weird Handycam, and like it only shoots like 4:3 ratio. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I did see that. I
old.
did see that Handycam actually. I remember I grabbed it and I was doing bits with the Handycam.
I think it'd be sick to film like a music video with something like that.
Yeah, but like the zoom was crazy. I like looked out the window and I zoomed in with it, and the zoom was better than my phone somehow on this like 15-year-old camera, and I don't think it was even particularly expensive. Like it's not like a cracked camera.
Did you have like any old clips on it or anything like that?
There was 3 videos.
How old were you in them?
I must have been like 10 or something, or 11. And one of them was of my sister. One of them was at school. And the third one was my cat.
Wait, are there any of you? Like, are you in the frame of any of them?
No.
Wait, can you hear your voice in any of them?
Yeah, you can hear my voice.
Oh,
you should upload it.
I sound like an idiot.
That's how you sounded?
Yeah. I sound like this actually. Look, I can do it. I sound...
I literally sounded like this. I was like...
I literally, my voice was so crazy. But to answer your question, yes, I've been doing YouTube since like I was a child, making stupid little videos with my camcorder. And then I started making gaming videos when I was a bit older. And then recently, since 2019, I've been doing properly videos, like actual videos.
Makes sense.
Everything before that was trash.
I feel like everyone has like at least that I used to have like a bunch of dumb videos when I was a kid, like on like a old like camera and stuff that I was gonna eventually upload to YouTube and stuff like that, but I never did. I feel like that's like a common thing. Do you have like something like that, Carl? Like I feel like
No, I have tons. I especially like I feel like you just know that I'm just like by trade I'm a shit poster. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like a menace. I've been a menace since I was born. Yeah. So I used to like always. I mean, you like there's some like remnants of it on YouTube still. Like you could find like the music video I did for my Roblox rap parody. That's somewhere if you look for it. I deleted it, but somebody found it. And look, I'm gonna put this on record. I deleted it. Are you embarrassed of your old self?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like I'm not.
Oh no, I have a YouTube channel where I used to make oh god, I feel like someone's gonna find it now. I don't know if I should talk about it. No, there's no way to find it, but
Famous
they won't
last
find
words.
it. Like I'm not gonna say what the channel name is. I don't remember what it was, but I made like skits when I was a child with my friend, and they were really bad, like really bad.
What do you mean
like,
bad?
Like just cringe or
like cringe, like
okay.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
And we edited them in iMovie, and we had all the stupid iMovie effects, you know, like the little sparkle transition, like title screen and stuff. Like, oh my god, I think I unlisted a lot of the videos. So you probably can't even find them, even if you found the channel. And so I don't even know the login details. I tried finding it because I wanted to watch them back, but I couldn't. So I'd be surprised if someone else could find them. But yeah, they were pretty embarrassing.
It's crazy because I have like a tablet, and I don't know where this tablet is. I don't know where.
Like a tablet, like an iPad?
Not like an iPad, but like an Android version. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
like a
on
Kindle
that tablet,
Fire?
yeah, kind of. And on that iPad has so many like videos and like stuff that I wish I want to see it again. Like those videos that me and my stepbrother would make of us like trying to do like
stepbro?
Yeah, me and my stepbro.
Whoa, you have videos of you and your stepbro?
Yeah. We got
What kind of videos? Wait, how old are you? Wait.
We were like,
Wait.
I don't know, like 10 or something.
Wait, what kind of videos though?
Okay.
Actually,
They were
unironically, what kind of videos?
they were just like dumb videos, like just videos that we wanted to upload to YouTube. Like I think like one of them was like me, like it's so cringe, dude. It's so cringe. It's like it's like me and like he would throw like giant stuffed animals at me, and I'd be like beating them up and like this really cringe stuff. You know, while we're on the topic of like being like a kid and stuff, and then thinking about stuff you did as a kid, did you guys ever? And I don't know, maybe it's just a weird thing I did as a kid, but like play like pretend with your friends, like you'd pretend like you're like a Jedi or like a I don't know some kind of like I would pretend like I was like Gohan from like Dragon Ball Z, and we would like fight, and it's like really cringe if you think about it now, because like we were just sitting there going like this with each other, like but like in my mind I was like a Super Saiyan 2 fighting Cell, and we were just duking it out. And honestly,
did you guys ever pretend when you were a child?
Well, I meant like with someone.
Yeah,
I really like, there were points in time where I was like, no, this is like peak Star Wars storytelling. Like I was like, no, I'm like, I'm better than George Lucas at this.
That's
like,
what
I'm
thought
like,
too.
Yeah, I thought I was like a genius with this stuff.
My sister used to create scenarios for me. So my sister's older than me, and she would literally set up a scenario. So for
Wait,
example,
how old's your sister?
Older than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she would like set up these scenarios, and yes, it was like pretending Sapnap. So she would like, for example, like, I used to play RuneScape when I was younger, and she made this RuneScape game in the garden. So she had like all these like mini quests set up like that. She set up like this little stick or something. I don't remember exactly, but like, for example, she had a stick somewhere like in the corner of the garden, and then she'd take me there and be like, "Look, it's the stick of poo," or you know, like, you gotta do. Like she would set up these entire like story arcs for me, and like I don't know why. I guess she liked it as well. Like she wasn't just doing it for me, but she used to like use me as a character for her stories and just take me around and like do stuff like that.
That's awesome. I feel like the same way that you're talking about with like fighting and stuff like that, I was deep into like action figures, specifically Star Wars action figures.
Bro, I had my mom still has, I don't know, a giant like plastic, like, you know, like Tupperware box kind of thing. I don't know what they're called, full of Star Wars action figures.
Yeah, we should crack that open.
Bro,
look,
we should.
You want to hear my biggest flex of all time? I think I'll put this on record as my biggest flex of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I traded at school. I got a kid to commit to this trade. My General Grievous with 2 lightsabers, which is pretty impressive, for a complete perfect Millennium Falcon like ship, like the entire ship.
I'm not gonna lie, I know nothing about Star Wars. This means nothing to me.
We'll just know that Carl absolutely scammed this kid.
No, like his mom was like actually upset, and I was like, yo, play. I was like, cue the clip, and then Yeet was like, sorry about that.
No refunds available.
No, bro. Yeah, so I used to play with the action figures, but like I would make my own scenarios. I used to live in front of like a pond, right? So I would catch fish, build like rock walls to contain them inside of a little section of the pond, and then like have the action figures fight, and then some of them would fall into the pit, and I would consider like the fish like a monster, and like the monster ate the character. You know what I mean? Like I would like build out all this lore, which leads me to my next question. Did anybody else have weird experiences with animals as kids? Because I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't realize how terrible I was with animals. Like I just don't think I didn't understand. Like for instance, I feel like it's probably a bad thing to catch a fish, contain it in the confines of like this little rock wall area, and then like throw like Star Wars action figures to it, because I was like, no, because in my mind I was like,
how big was this fish?
Like, you know, this size
like a
was
chunky
probably
fish,
like a $5 foot long maple marinara, maybe like 6 inches.
Mildly off topic, but slightly on topic.
Okay.
Have you seen that video of the guy that spawned in like 1 million frogs?
What?
He found a bunch of frog spawn and took it to his pond and just dumped them all in the pond. I think it's on TikTok. It was a TikTok.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, and they all hatched, and the video shows like thousands of frogs just running around his garden. And this guy probably, and I think he went to jail for it or something.
What?
Because like think about it. Think about the word? Like
the
environmental impacts of generating like a million frogs in one place, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but you don't even think like again, like bringing it back to like as a kid. Like I used to do something, you know, the Pokeballs. Like, did you ever have like a
No.
real life like Pokeball?
Yeah.
Look, it's not a good thing. Like, and I'm not saying I like
Wait, what did you put in there?
as a kid, I didn't like know better. Like, it's not like I was being a bad person. I used to like catch bees inside of the Pokeballs.
Okay.
I would catch one per
You're like,
Pokeball and then have two
"Bees,
Pokeballs,
go."
and then me and my friend would like launch them at each other and like hope that they would attack each other. Because I thought that like we wanted them to be Pokemon fighting. I swear to God. And
Hey, but then you throw them and the bees just fly away. Then what?
of course, then they fly away and we're like, bro, what the heck?
I have a bee story. I used to catch bees.
Yeah.
I would get 2 cups, and there was this bush in front of my house that
Okay.
bees, they just loved it. They loved
that
this bush. These bees, they did not want to leave this bush alone. They were all over that bush. And I would go to this like bush with my 2 cups, and I would like, you know, like, trap them in the cup.
Yeah.
I don't even know, what did I do with them afterwards? I have no idea. I feel like I just released them. I just want to catch them.
You just like catching them.
I just want to catch them just to say, just to have them in the cup and look at them for a second.
Yeah, but I mean that makes sense to me. I used to love catching stuff like as a kid. Like me and
No,
my
it's
friend,
cool,
me and my
dude.
friends would go outside. We would go outside and walk to like the park which was like I don't even know. There's like a in the neighborhood park and it had,
Yeah.
like,
Which
it,
park
had,
was
like, it had like it had like a creek. It had like a creek with water and there was like woods behind it. And we would go out there and we'd be like, we're gonna catch something, and we would just run around and try and catch stuff. Like we'd catch lizards, frogs. We'd try to catch fish, and then like
Did you catch fish ever?
yeah, I mean you like what you do at the like there's a creek and we would like dam the creek up and then put like a net at the at one part of the creek and fish would just swim
That's like-
into it.
They have,
Get
it's
a
like,
brain.
they have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
they're just screwed. So
But
then
yeah,
you
okay.
catch
So
them.
now I feel less bad because like you're obviously terrorizing all these animals.
Well, I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's like I don't know. It's just like
When you're a kid, you just don't know better, and it's also just an instinct. When you're a kid, bro, like you just love that.
yeah, you just
Like
want
I love it, bro.
Animals
Like
are
I
just
live
cool.
for that. Like
Animals
that's all
are
I'm
cool.
saying.
Wildlife, it's cool.
It's awesome. When
Yeah,
you're
when-
a kid, bro, that's all you think. Like, when's the last time you went outside and caught a animal? You know what I mean?
Actually, like literally, like yesterday for me.
Oh,
there was
that's
a head,
right.
There was
Tell
a
the
hedgehog.
story.
There was a head. Okay, I walked outside my house and I see. It was night, so it was like dusk. It was pretty dark, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't fully dark. Yeah.
The listeners were like pretty, like they were trying to picture it. They couldn't because you said night. But now that you said
but
dusk,
now
they could really
dusk is
envision
pretty indicative of the time. Like,
well,
I
yeah,
don't
because
know,
there was
if I
still
Google
some
it,
light out. There's still some light out.
What time is dusk? You know,
enough
I'll
to where
Google
you
it.
could see something crawling on a sidewalk.
Dusk in the UK at currently July 26th, 2022, British Standard Time. It's 9:40. So like,
Okay.
just picture that in your mind.
Picture it.
So I'm walking outside, and I see what looked to me like a massive. You know, like there was like balls, like in like movies, like tumbleweed.
Yeah,
right?
tumbleweed.
It looked like that, but it was like this big, like this, right?
For reference for the audio
Oh.
listeners, he just put up his fist.
Okay, I need to remember to include the audio listeners.
Yeah, the audio listeners are just
important.
as, if
Yeah.
not more important.
Anyway, I walk outside. I see this fist-sized ball thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that? And I was about to just like kind of stand on it because I just wanted to like feel what it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my light on first. I turn my flashlight on, and also bear in mind, I feel like I've never seen a wild hedgehog in my life.
I've never seen
Yeah,
a wild
Like
hedgehog.
these are not. They're not. It's not really common. I
That's
live in
some British.
I live in London, so like I'm not in the middle of nowhere. Like I don't live in a field or anything. So I turn my flashlight on, and you know what? I'll show it on screen for the video listeners, viewers, if you will. Here it is. Check this out. It's a
There
hedgehog.
it is. There's a hedgehog.
So I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? This is
Yeah,
going to
tell me more.
excite you,
Me?
George.
Okay.
Yeah, for people that don't know, George is actually going to be moving to America at some point in the near to distant future.
We don't know. We don't quite have a timeline. The visa office doesn't tend to give deadlines.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You just found a hedgehog in the wild, and
Yes.
that is something that is impossible to do in America. There are no wild hedgehogs in America.
Is there,
But you know what
really?
there is? You know what
There
scares
aren't.
me about America? The wildlife. Here,
Really?
I feel like the chance of dying naturally outside in the UK is practically zero. unless someone comes and kills you, you know. But like
Wait,
to wildlife,
That's not naturally, by the way.
okay. Well, like, okay, I feel like the chance of dying to like an animal or weather is practically zero in the UK, whereas in the US, you guys have everything, especially in Florida, which is where I'm moving.
I was going to say, it's because you're moving to
like
Florida.
Tornadoes, bears, coyotes.
There's rarely tornadoes.
You have everything.
You know what? You just skipped over something that Florida specializes in, and it's hurricanes. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Hurricanes are yeah. Well, they do have tornadoes in Florida as well, but they're
I don't
less
know the
common.
difference.
Well, a hurricane's like
I
a
don't
giant.
think the UK has either.
A hurricane's like a giant storm, and like hurricane like spawns like tornadoes in it, so it's like worse. It's like imagine like the mega storm. That's a hurricane, like the biggest storm you can get, and like they're pretty.
The
they
wind
destroy
speeds in
everything.
hurricanes like are well over like 100 miles an hour. Sometimes.
Yeah, so like, that is actually genuinely something I'm somewhat scared about America. Like,
Well, George.
I don't want to be walking around and I just see a bear.
You know what's funny about what you're saying is the way you look at America is the way Americans look at Australia.
Yeah, so imagine
I
how
see
bad
that as well with
Australia is.
spiders and like snakes.
Because I'm like, bro, like I'm never gonna move to Australia because like I feel like spiders there are bigger than me. Like I saw like a spider. I'm not even worried about a spider biting me. I'm worried about a spider pulling out a gun and shooting me. Like it's that size there. Like they're big enough.
I remember showing Laserbeam, who's Australian, if you don't know him. I essentially just Googled biggest Australian spider.
Yeah, we were in the call together, by the way.
I think you were. And
he was the one that sent that picture to me.
That's not that big. You know, I see them 50 times a week, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you insane? Like, I am never going to Australia. He's like, because I was genuinely interested. I was like, how often do you see like big spiders? And he's like, man, like you see them every so often, once a week or something. I don't remember his exact answer, but
I don't even remember the last time I've
it
even
was
seen
way
a
too
spider.
often for me to want to go see those spiders to go to Australia. You know?
Wait, oh my god! I googled it. These spiders are massive. Like they're like they're literally like the size of like
no, it's bigger than that. It's bigger.
Like a cat, like a small cat. And he says that's not the. I don't like spiders either. I haven't seen a spider in so long.
And the way he described them, he's like, yeah, they don't hurt you. They don't care about humans. I was like, I don't care. I do not care.
If I saw a spider that big, I'm grabbing a baseball bat and that thing is dying.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
game
Like, if you
over.
try, you wouldn't even be able to like step on it. Like it would survive.
I'm telling you right now, I'd pick up this trash can and start just pummeling it with this trash can, bro.
I think my number one fear is probably the ocean now. Like I think it is.
When I was a kid, I was not scared of the ocean. I would go swimming in that all the time. But I feel like now you take me on a boat, and we're out in the middle of the ocean, and you're like, "Ooh, do you want to go swimming?" I'd be like, "Not really." Like that sounds like a terrible idea.
That's
The
funny.
number one.
I've
Go
lived in
ahead.
Florida now for almost 2 years, and I've never swam at the beach because I'm just thinking like, why would I swim at the beach? Like, it's just kind of like grosser. I guess it's not, but like it's just,
I
there's
don't
like
mind the shore. Like you go up to like.
but like,
your
even
waist or
that's scary.
something.
Like sharks will come up in Florida, bro. I'm just ruining Florida for you. In Florida, it's like warm water, so the sharks will come up to like the shoreline.
No, and I'll
God.
even do you one better. Like I know people that used to illegally like fish for sharks off of piers. You know what I mean?
The sharks will swim up.
Oh god, so they're super close.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
in Florida, the sharks will literally. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like scare anyone, but as far as I know, the sharks will actually come up pretty close to the shore in Florida. And
To be
I think
clear,
any
all of this is fear mongering anyway. There's
Well,
like
yeah,
more
I
people
guess.
die from like vending machines falling on them.
Yeah,
than
it's true.
Sharks attacking them. to
But
be
I will
clear.
say, vending machines do not look half as scary as sharks. So.
Yeah, dude, the scariest point in my entire life, I think the most peaked scare I've ever been is for Mr. Beast. We were in the Bahamas for 2 videos. We were filming 24 hours on an island, and then immediately after that, Last to Leave Island. That was like the Survivor type video, right? We were having fun in between the 2 videos. I was snorkeling, okay? And I was snorkeling right off of the island. I was snorkeling right off the island, and I'm like snorkeling, like just going down, like looking at the beautiful coral reef, like dude, looking at all these fish swimming in between, like through them all.
You're just having
And
a
I, like,
nice time.
I finally like dip my head back up. I look over. I'm getting pretty far from the island. You know what I mean? but the coral is like still only like 10 feet under the water.
So
you know what I mean?
You're not in like deep ocean or anything.
And I didn't feel like I was in deep ocean.
But you probably were in pretty deep ocean.
There was a point in time where I got really deep. Like I would probably, I'd say like 3 or 4 football fields out.
You were that
And-
far out in the water? I would never go that far out in the water, bro.
There was a point in time I'm looking, okay? And I keep going down the coral reef, and then I see like it goes down a little, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm
It's
gonna
like a
check that
cliff.
out. It cliffs off, and I cannot see the bottom anymore. Like I can't see the bottom, and I could see like it's like a 90-degree turn where the
Yeah.
coral just stops and plummets down to nothingness, the abyss.
You know what that reminds me of?
Okay.
Hold on. That reminds me of Finding Nemo. You remember where Nemo's
That's
dad...
exactly
it's
what
like-
it was. That's exactly what it was in real life. And
That's
I said,
insane.
I was like, oh my God. And I look down, and you know how I'm talking about all these fish swimming through the coral, like having fun?
Yeah.
I look down, and just at the bottom of what I can see, I see much bigger fish swimming in between the coral. Right at the,
And
like,
what's also
way
they look
lower,
bigger,
bro.
But also they're lower, so like
They're
would look
lower
smaller.
and bigger.
They're probably
and I start
massive.
freaking out. I start turning around, but I didn't realize our boat comes and picks us up, and they were like, you guys shouldn't be this far out. Turns out, in the Bahamas, they boat people out there to do viewings of sharks, and not too far away, whales is what they told me.
Oh my god.
That stuff is no joke. Like, you can literally be sucked out to sea. I would, whenever I was in Greece, because I used to go to Greece like once every summer, because my dad is from Greece and I have family there, and I would go snorkeling, and I would have a net, and I'd be catching fish. It was like the coolest thing ever, bro. Like, I would catch a fish, and then like, I don't know, just like look at it and stuff, and then I'd let it go because, I don't know, I didn't want to eat it. Like,
You didn't want to eat it raw under the water?
Well, I meant like bring it to my
That'd be
family, and then they
awesome.
cook it.
Imagine
but-
you just get a fish and like, just start eating
How
it
alpha
under the
would
water.
that be?
That'd be alpha. And you do it in front of like the school of fish, all its friends.
Catching fish is hard though, because they're so quick in that water, and like you have like a little net. And it's
Yeah,
hard.
fish are quick
Yeah.
in water.
Yeah, they are much
They-
quicker
they-
than when they're on land, to be fair.
Yeah, they're used to it, you could say.
I was on Shark Week like 2 years ago, I think, and I got to I scuba dived with sharks.
Like in a cage or just raw?
No, just raw, just raw,
Wait,
just
you
out there. Just
Oh,
Wait, what kind of sharks?
there were definitely like tiger sharks. I saw one hammerhead shark. I'm pretty sure, and there were like,
like
Caribbean reef sharks. Yeah, it was like a
hammerhead
lot.
sharks you can tell because like they have a hammerhead, right?
Yeah, well, we were like with the people from Shark Week, so obviously they can tell.
Mm.
And there was a part
Hammerhead
where we like
sharks
brought a box of like
crazy.
dead fish for them to eat. Like it was a big metal container, and like dude, they were going crazy, bro. They were going crazy.
you know, we've been telling all these, these goofy, these little goofy stories.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Did you guys see that the new Marvel movies have been like for the next like 5 years have been released or not released, like to watch?
They like announced. Yeah,
announced. And there's no Spider-Man.
Yeah. Really?
Not a single Spider-Man movie.
I don't
Not
know
like
anything about
Isn't there
Marvel.
an Into the Spider-Verse coming?
Well, that's Sony. That wouldn't be affiliated with Marvel.
I'm not gonna lie, I know almost nothing about Marvel stuff. I've seen the first Spider-Man movie. I've seen Batman. Is Batman Marvel?
No, that's DC.
Okay. I've seen. Okay, well that doesn't matter. I've seen 2 Batman movies though. I think.
All the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy is really good. I'm surprised you haven't seen them all. They're great.
I've seen the Dark Knight and I've seen the most recent Batman. We watched that together. Me and Sapnap.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that one was kind of
Or should I say Sapnap and I?
Yeah, I'm looking at Phase 5. Wait, it's literally. Wait, you're wrong.
What do you mean?
What is Spider-Man Sinister 6?
Wait, I was watching a TikTok. I didn't see that.
Oh, these are rumors. Never mind.
Here, let me read them out for you guys. Okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Secret Invasion, Echo, The Marvels, Loki Season 2, Blade, Ironheart, Agatha, Captain America, New World Order, Daredevil, Born Again, Thunderbolts, and that's for Phase 5.
And then Phase 6 is like a bunch of new Avengers movies, right?
There is Avengers movies. Those are the last 2 movies. But yeah, there's no Spider-Man. And how could there be no Spider-Man? How?
Listen, first of all, I don't buy
How?
that. I just don't buy that. You're telling me in the next 6...
Maybe they'll just drop it. It'll be like a surprise drop. Like,
Yeah, I
"Ooh,
feel like it'll be
Spider-Man,
added
guys."
or something.
And everyone's like, yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's like the pride of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like he...
Yeah, and I'm from New York, so like that's a
You are?
yeah. So it's
Oh,
a big
Like,
thing.
yeah, Spider-Man's the pride of New York. Yeah, the story
It's
writer.
Spider-Man.
I guess
it's Spider-Man, Adam
Sandler,
Sandler, and Jerry Seinfeld.
You know, a place that's close to New York is actually Amsterdam. You two went to Amsterdam, right?
Wow, close to New
What a
York.
transition.
That's a great-
Amsterdam in the.
It's about a 14-hour flight away.
New York is probably one of the closest states to Amsterdam than any other
That's
state.
probably
so-
fair.
Probably
Yeah,
up
it's in the
there. It's up
top 50.
It's at least in the it's at least probably in the top 5. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of
Yeah, I'd
small
say that.
states
I
up
don't
there
know.
in that like top right corner of the U.S. that no one cares about.
So we went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
We being me
for
and Carl.
me being
And Sapnap didn't
we
show
being-
up because he was scared of the plane.
because Sapnap.
He
I
has
wasn't
doesn't-
scared of the
heights.
plane. I just didn't want to. It's a long
he just doesn't
flight.
like
It's a big-
Europeans. He
it's a
doesn't like
big-
Europeans.
To be fair, Europeans are gross. So
Look, so
But I'm a European.
so we went for TwitchCon EU. That's a convention for Twitch streamers, which we are. We are Twitch streamers.
Okay,
Even
on
though
occasion.
we
We've been known to do
occasionally don't stream for months at a time, we still are Twitch streamers. I count it. And I enjoyed the heck out of Amsterdam. I had no expectations though. I don't know about you, George. Have you been to Amsterdam before?
I've never been. No.
Yeah.
But
Did you have
Amsterdam
any
to me-
expectations going into it?
No, I didn't think. I wasn't thinking. Ooh.
and George
I
did
wonder
have
how
one.
cool it's gonna be.
George
I-
did
I-
have one
I-
expectation, to be clear.
What was it?
What was
I
that?
can't say, but before he left, he had one expectation about Amsterdam.
Okay, that wasn't about Amsterdam. That was about TwitchCon.
Amsterdam was one of the coolest cities I've ever been to. It's so gorgeous, dude. Like it was actually like pretty breathtaking.
I think the canals are a major bonus to Amsterdam. Like, imagine
Yeah,
living
to be
there
honest,
and
it would
owning a
just be
boat.
another city without the canals.
If you owned a boat, or any kind of water vehicle that you could use.
What other water vehicles are there? Like a jet
I don't
ski?
know,
I
a
guess?
jet ski or like to be fair, like I don't think we went on a boat. I wouldn't class that as a boat. What would you? It was like
No.
a raft with propellers.
So
But
so there was a point in time where we were I had a stream where I was gonna do like an IRL backpack, in real life backpack. I have a camera and I'm just in a boat touring the canals kinda. We had like a tour guide, we had it all planned out. Wasn't end up what I expected it to be. We walk up and there's like 2 inflatables with like
it was like two
planks
banana
on top of them.
shaped.
Yeah, 2 banana-shaped
inflatables.
inflatables with like a board of wood on top of it, and not over exaggerating, 3 sofas on the wood. And when I say 3 sofas, I mean like not even connected. Like you could just push
They
them
were not
off.
attached.
Like
They could have fallen
leather,
off.
black leather sofas were just on it, not attached to anything. One of which was higher than the other 2 because they had beer crates under them.
It was
Like-
the most sketchy boat I've ever been on. I remember when we found out that the sofas weren't actually physically attached to the boat. We just like we peeked over the back and we were like this far, like 2 inches from the back, and the thing was moving. Like it was slightly moving. So
For
we literally-
non-Americans, that's 37 centimeters, by the way.
it's definitely not, but
It's 17.5 centimeters.
2 inches. 2 inches is wait, I can work it out because 12 is 30.
42 millimeters.
30
42
divided by
millimeters.
6 is
5 and a half.
30
5.
divided by 6
Wait,
is 5.
5.
Five
I think
and a
it's about
half
5 centimeters.
centimeters. I'd
2
call it
inches.
5 and a half. We'll call it 5 and a half. Look,
Well, I just googled it. It's 5.0.
well, it wasn't exactly 2 inches.
It was approximately 2 inches.
2 inches is pretty big.
Yeah, 2
It
inches
is.
probably
To be
would
clear,
get the
it
job done, and it did protect our couches.
It did.
And that's
2
what 2
inches
inches is supposed to do.
2 inches gets the job done.
2 inches
No
gets the job
issues.
done just as much as any other amount. If
Hey.
anything, more efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, if there was 8 inches of space, you guys might have actually tipped over as opposed to 2
Yeah,
inches.
because we'd have gotten too comfortable.
We actually did do something illegal on that boat.
What did you guys
What
do?
was
Did I
it?
say it?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, was
I
it
don't-
on stream?
No.
Yeah, actually say it. I don't care.
I think
go for
we're
it.
allowed. I mean, it's not bad.
Who cares? Who
And like,
cares?
what are they gonna? Okay, firstly, we found boat police on this on the canal, and I feel like we may have gone pulled over, but they
had
pulled over
pulled over?
another boat.
They pulled over a different boat in front of us, and then we just kept going. We're like, go, go,
Yeah,
go,
we
go, go.
were like, oh my god, guys, we're literally gonna get pulled over by these boat police, because we're on this scuffed boat, and like in Amsterdam on the canals, you have to have a light on your boat, so people can see you coming. And they're like, oh, they had this like light on a pole, and oh, just hold this, just hold it. Like it's meant to be attached to the boat, but they just gave it to like Jack or something just to hold. And we're like, we're for sure getting pulled over. And this light was emitting like 1 megapixel of light. Like this
Yeah,
light was
yeah.
so not good.
I mean,
And
nothing.
we're like, Yeah, like I don't know. That's not the right measurement of light, but it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you're fine.
Megapixel?
I mean, we get the gist. We get the gist.
It was the smallest amount of light. Like
I feel like there were so many
An
things.
iPhone flashlight was bigger. for
Wait, you didn't
example.
even tell what we did that was illegal on the boat.
No, I'm getting to it. I was
That's-
just,
Is
I'm
it
just
all
saying.
the-
So
the
there was,
drugs
we
you
saw
guys were
boat
doing?
police. The boat police arrested these other people. Well, they didn't arrest them, but they pulled them over. Maybe they arrested them. We were gone. We
We
were
were
like, "Oh, we're gonna
gone,
drive
bro.
past
Yeah.
them."
We're out of
And
there.
what's so funny about it actually is, so we drove past them, immediately started doing what the illegal thing was. Like it was almost immediate. So the red light district in Amsterdam is a place. I don't think we need to go into it. It's a place in Amsterdam, and apparently you're not allowed to drive the boats on the canal in the red light district because you're just not allowed. I don't know the reasons.
And let me tell you my perspective, because you and I had two different perspectives. First of all, I didn't really grasp what the red light district was.
I
Until we were
still
inside of
don't
it.
know what it is. I have an idea, but
I feel like
It's
is it not?
it's
I
a
feel
place. It's
everyone
like
knows what
it's like
it
the
is.
capital
Or-
of Amsterdam for sex work. I feel like that's
okay.
fair.
that's the best way to explain
And
it.
just to be clear, we did not indulge in any.
Yeah, just to be
Work.
clear,
We did
that's a-
stay on
that's
the
a-
boat.
We stayed on the boat, and then this. So that was one. I didn't really know what the red light district was until we were already inside of it. And then the other thing is I didn't know it was illegal until we were boating past a cop car. And then somebody's like, "Bro, don't look at them. Don't make eye contact." And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Cause it's illegal." I'm like, "Bro, you think like they're
Oh, no,
gonna notice us?"
That's not what happened. So the first boat was the boat police, and then we were on the canal in the
Yeah.
red light district, and there were
There were actual police. Yeah, there were police.
actual police on the side, and the guys were on the boat were like, just don't look at them, because then if you're looking at them, they might think that we think we're doing something illegal, and we can just come up, we can just tell them we're tourists and we don't know.
Dude, the way
you
I'm
know?
looking at it, I'm like, bro, why would I look at them? Like, do you think if I don't look at them, we just like despawn in their eyes? I was like,
Yeah,
I,
they're
like,
like,
what
"Oh,
do you?
No,
they're
it just makes you look more suspicious if you're all looking at the police. you
Next
know,
time
when
you're like
doing something
robbing
bad.
a bank or something, just don't look at the cops when they get there.
Yeah,
And
just
It makes
walk,
you
look
invis mode.
past
I didn't
them,
know it was
like-
illegal. What do you mean?
So when we pass the cops, that's when they're like, yo, this is like very not allowed.
All right, George. Well, I have a question for you. A, do you believe in ghosts? B, why or why not? And then C, do you have a ghost story that you could tell us?
Recently, actually, I went to Ireland to film a video with Sam and Colby. If you don't know, they do.
I don't know. I don't even. I'm just kidding. I don't
It's
even.
because we were
I
making
don't know.
jokes. Who was it? Me and you, Carl, that were making jokes saying the whole time. Like, every time George tried to say something, we're like, "Why don't you go hang out with your new best friend, Sam and Colby?"
Yeah.
Anyway,
go on.
They make like ghost stories, and they invite me to be in a video where we went ghost hunting. And you know, I kind of, when they asked me, I was like, you know, my stance on ghosts, I'm kind of like, out of 10, I would say 5, because it's like an average, it's a middle ground. It's like I don't really know, like I don't really believe in them, but you know, if something happens, I can be like,
I
swayed,
respect
you know?
that. You know what, bro? Like, everybody stop pretending like you have the answer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
don't
not
tell
everyone-
us yes, don't tell us no. Like,
Not
you
everyone
don't.
knows everything.
Yeah, you don't know everything, bro. Like, everybody has to give up. Like, they think they. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Anyway,
Dream.
so we went to this abandoned prison on an island in the country Ireland. So on a literal island in the country of Ireland. Wait, what are you doing, Carl?
So I mean, can you even tell? I
No.
spilled so much on my shirt just now.
I actually
I
can't
can't
tell.
believe you're cutting George off of his story.
Yeah.
I literally. Okay, sorry.
On
the prime
first
did, not
episode
even
in.
me.
All right, listen.
Go ahead.
Anyway, what happened? So obviously, like, things happened in the video that was somewhat interesting. I mean, like, I didn't see anything. Like, but apparently, okay, so Wilbur was also there. Apparently, Wilbur says he saw like a shadow of something move, which I kind of wish I saw, so I had that. But I mean, I don't think he was lying. You know, maybe it was like a trick of the eye or something.
Yeah, I think it was
I'm
a
gonna
trick of
say-
the eye. I'm gonna
Look,
say there's a lot of plausible explanations, bro.
Wilbur's
hear
known
me
for
out.
lying.
Hear me out on this, ready? Me and Wilbur, we're live streaming. Like, we were literally live, so this wasn't edited or anything. And I was there, so I know it's not edited. But we were sitting on this bench on this island, and there is the only people on this island are me, Wilbur, Sam, and Colby, and these two people that were kind of our guides. But they were nowhere near us. They had gone like to go sit in the car, right? And Sam and Colby were also somewhere else. They were doing something. And we're sitting on this bench that's kind of in front of. So it is an abandoned prison, but it's also kind of redone now. And there's a cafe behind us. But no one's in the cafe. It's like we had the whole island to ourselves, and it's also like dark, or I should say dusk. It was dusk.
A lot of dusk plays
Yeah,
here.
it was dusk, and we're just sitting there talking, and all of a sudden you just hear like a loud noise, and we're like, what was that? And it sounded like it came from the cafe, but like I go look inside, literally nothing in there, nothing moved, and like it just the mood that was kind of in place in this environment, it was just kind of eerie. Like this whole place was eerie. I don't know if it came across on the video like that, but I was there from maybe 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. So I was there a long time. And I don't know, like when that happened, it was weird to me. And I don't know, to me, I don't think, ooh, it was a ghost. Like obviously it was just something. But you know, like in the moment, it makes you feel weird about it. And also
I can get that.
there was this kind of, it was like a window, but like with bars on it, and it wasn't actually a window. It was just kind of like a hole in the wall that led to this I don't really know what it was, but it was like a big open space with water in it. And we kind of like shouted into it. We just like whoa into the hole because it made a big echo, right?
Yeah.
And there's no sound coming from it. And we did that noise, we just like shouted into it. And then after there's a big echo, it lasts maybe 15 seconds or something until it's finally gone. And then maybe 10 seconds after my echo is gone, a noise comes back from inside that hole. And it was like a gurgling. It was like a...
And then out walked your mom.
Huh? No, my mom did not walk out of there. And also, we were live streaming at this moment, but we lost internet connection at that pretty much exact moment.
That's kind of spooky, actually.
And it was not caught.
creepy.
It was not caught on camera.
That's creepy.
Which now I'm thinking, I didn't actually think about this at the time, but like hypothetically, like ghost type beat story, the ghost would have stopped the internet or something, right?
Well, no.
They definitely interfere with technology.
No, yeah, ghosts are supposed to like interfere. Like that's like a common thing that ghosts interfere with technology. They mess up your technology.
Anyway, it's time to move on to my question. What's your favorite animation of all time? It could be a cartoon, it could be anime, it could be a movie, it could be a TV show.
I'm gonna say The Simpsons. I used to watch The Simpsons every day.
Really?
That shows. I'll say that shows.
6 p.m. it would come on. I'd eat it with my. I'd watch it with
Eat
my
it?
dinner. I'd watch it with my dinner, and like I don't know. The Simpsons, like there's just so many episodes. You know, there's a lot of content, and it's just I don't even know if it's that good. I haven't seen it in so long, but I used to watch that show every day.
I have a story about The Simpsons.
No way. You met Marge?
I went to college in Portland, Oregon. My sister had already lived there, so my family moved over while my brother was still in high school. Okay. My brother went to high school where Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, went to high school. Matt Groening comes back, I want to say annually, to do like a seminar or like a talk,
TED Talk
for
type
the
beat.
school. And
Or just
the
talk,
year that
yeah.
my brother went there, he skipped the talk to go get food with his friends.
Oh my god, your brother's like
on
I was like,
purpose?
bro, do you understand what you missed out on?
Jimmy Jacobs, that
Yes.
brother. All right,
Yes.
next time I see him, bro, he's gonna have.
Did
to
he know that it was happening, or he just?
He did, yeah. That's what he
Oh.
he skipped it to go get food with his friends.
I guess he
Bro,
likes like. I was gonna say, I guess he likes Futurama instead, but he made Futurama as well.
Yeah, I was blown. I could not believe it.
Your
I was
brother's
so
an
It's
idiot.
pissed.
been going so long. That's like 30 years old, right?
The amount of money that somebody would pay, that I would pay to go to something like that, ridiculous.
Well, George, next time we have a guest, I want you to prepare your own George special
I
question.
need a George special
You do,
question.
you do. So next time we have a guest, like for example, we have Obama on the podcast. I want you to ask Obama your your George question.
Guys, this has been the Banter Podcast. It's the brand new Redux version. It is Karl, Sapnap, and George now. George is an equal half.
Actually,
we all have halves.
hold on. I want to stop you there. I want it to be. It's going to be Sapnap, George, and Karl. I think is the better.
What is that? What did I say?
The order you said. Karl, Sapnap, and George. I think the order really fits better with Sapnap, George, and
I think
Karl.
We're just changing
I
the
think we're
title
just-
from Banter with Sapnap and Karl Jacobs to just Banter, I think.
It's just
We're the
plain-
Banter
it's kinda
Boys.
Like, it's
Banter
kind of like they
Boys.
changed the Facebook to just Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like us three are the Banter Boys now.
Wait,
okay?
what if we call it Banter with the Boys?
No. No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
sorry, that was
Yeah.
cringe.
I don't think so. Yeah, take a laugh.
3 out of 3 banner boys.
And look, Banter Boys are here, and if you enjoyed the content, if you're excited about the future of Banter now, if you're excited for us to finally have consistent uploads, knock on wood, you can give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify. Please, those are the 2 best ways to support us right now. You can support us just like Snow Tiger 469 did. On my birthday, they gave 5 stars for the Apple Podcast version and said, Carl, please read my review. Carl is awesome. Sapnap is ... Sapnap.
That's fake.
Swear to God, I'll show you right now.
That's
what it
awesome.
says. Listen, if you guys want a chance to be shouted out, you could always give 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify. I'm going to start shouting people out like that as if I can see that. I'm lying, but you should follow us on Spotify.
Follow us on Spotify and tweet at us with hashtag banter. And every episode we'll look at hashtag banter and shout someone's Twitter that is following us.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah.
And
Wait, one more thing.
A big warm welcome to George as a permanent banter boy.
Hello.
But
it's me.
before we end, there's one last thing.
What is it?